Welcome back, everybody. We have lawyers, guns, and money, and woodchucks. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. According to an Etowah County jury, there was no legal defamation between former Alabama Chief Justice Roy Moore and Lee Korfman, one of the women who accused Moore of making sexual advances around 40 years ago when he was in his early 30s and they were teenagers. Moore has denied the allegations, which many believe cost him a U.S. Senate seat during the 2017 special election. Korfman sued him for defamation over his repeated denials, and Moore returned the favor with a countersuit for defamation over the allegations that were made in the first place. And because the jury didn't find that Moore defamed Korfman, he claimed victory and called it complete vindication. And because the jury didn't find that Korfman defamed Moore, her lawyer argued that meant jurors believed her allegations. I don't want to jinx this, but it could be the last major update on that 2017 Senate race. The guy who won it's not even in office anymore, so it's getting about that time. We have a couple updates on legislation that we've mentioned here before. The bill that would eliminate the requirement for a concealed carry permit passed the Senate Judiciary Committee by a 6-4 vote, reports AL.com's Mike Casey. The 4 who voted against the bill are Democrats. 6 Republicans voted for it, although a few others abstained in the face of criticism from law enforcement. Those in favor of the measure question the practice of charging people a fee to exercise their Second Amendment rights. Many sheriffs have spoken out against eliminating the need for a permit. Some law enforcement officers have said that it helps to divide the law abiders from the lawbreakers. Gulf Shores Police Chief Edward Delmore, quote, "No criminals are going to follow the law. We understand that. But right now, if one of my officers stops somebody who has a gun on the front seat, the first question is going to be, do you have a concealed carry permit to have that firearm? And if they do, that brings the tension down immediately. That gives us some degree of understanding that that person is law-abiding." Now, over in the Senate Education Policy Committee, the bill was approved that would send state funding through an education savings account along with students who opt for private or homeschooling, reports AL.com's Tricia Powell-Crane. The education savings accounts, ESAs, give parents access to what the state would have paid toward the student's education at a public school. Now, of course, just like HSAs are for health care, ESA funds would have to be spent on education. You can't leave your kid with To Kill a Mockingbird Cliff's Notes and head to Wind Creek. The latest update to the expected cost of the program is $537 million. Yesterday was Groundhog Day, or Woodchuck Day, as some say in Winston County. We used to say woodchuck down here more than we do now. I think the name of the holiday has changed our vocabulary. But anyway, as we all know, the tradition says the groundhog comes out on February 2nd. If he sees his shadow, we have 6 more weeks of winter to look forward to. If he doesn't see his shadow, we go ahead and start spring break early, and all of us head to the Floribama and get us a bushwhacker. Now, at the Birmingham Zoo, they have Birmingham Bill, the groundhog/woodchuck. And yesterday was February 2nd, his big day at hand, and he slept through it, reports Doreen Holman for AL.com. Now, I don't know what that says about the weather or Birmingham or woodchucks or when we'll get our bushwhackers, but it wasn't a surprise. You see, groundhog/woodchucks hibernate, and the healthier option, the zoo's Rebecca Lane says, is to let Birmingham Bill wake up naturally. They knew based on his sleep schedule he wasn't going to be waking up naturally, that he'd be hibernating through his big day, so there was no groundhog/woodchuck event even held. Yesterday was rainy and cloudy, so I think it's pretty safe to say he wouldn't have seen his shadow. Anyway, happy spring break, everybody, and thank y'all for listening. We'll be back here again tomorrow. Until then, stop by and see us anytime you can on the internet at AL.com.